The Super Mario Galaxy movie is the second movie in the Mario franchise. This time around, we once again follow Mario and his brother Luigi as the protectors of the Mushroom Kingdom. Everything seems to be going just fine until Bowser Jr. appears, demanding that they set his father free. From here, our heroes will now have to travel the galaxy in order to stop Bowser Jr. and help Rosalina? Oh, mamma mia, that's all I'm gonna say without giving any spoilers to you guys. This will be a spoiler-free review, and you will see me in the Mario outfit in the spoiler video. Because we's gonna have to talk about some of the Easter egg surprises and post-credit scenes, because there are two. But for now, spoiler-free, let's get into it. Okay, so with the first Mario movie, I was a giant fan. I really liked that movie, and it kind of surprised me that, is it rotten right now? I think it is. Yeah, looking at it now, it's at a 59%, meaning it's only 1% away from being a fresh tomato. I guess I underestimated how many Mario games I grew up with over the years that when I saw the Mario movie, it completely made sense to me. It was kind of like a jingly key moment where I was like, oh my, that's the mushroom, and it's the kingdom, and that's Peach. Whatever, I still contend that movie was really fun, well made, and when I first heard Illumination Mario movie and knowing they were the Minion people, it could have been a lot worse. I think what we got was awesome. So I was nothing but excited whenever Mario Galaxy got announced, because let me tell you, if there was any Mario game that was my favorite, it was Mario Galaxy on the Wii. That excitement did turn into concern though, because I was like, man, that's for the second movie, that's a really big leap. All right, then I hope you got it nailed down. Curious how you pull it off, but of course, I was only getting smitten more by the animation from the trailers, the look of Rosalina, a lot of the iconography from Mario Galaxy that I remember. All them people nitpicking and complaining with the first Mario movie, fine, step aside. Let the real Mario bros enjoy the masterpiece on the big screen, okay? And so that's what I did. I went in, I sat down, I got excited, and I said, I can't wait to see all this Mario Galaxy goodness. Maybe those complainers were onto a little something. They weren't right. No, I'm not going to give them that. They weren't 100% wrong either. Now, don't let me completely worry you. I had a good time with Mario Galaxy. It was a fun watch with a lot of great memorable moments, and I know Nintendo fans are going to be watching it with just looking like kids at a candy store, just their eyes everywhere, not knowing what to go for first, because the movie is a visual feast for a fan. So let me dive into the positives before things that kind of held it back, or where I more noticed the flaws this time around. So for one, it is that I think Illumination has just nailed down the visual style for these. I think the Mario movies are just gorgeous looking, man. I love the colors, the vibrancy, and the way they have brought to life a lot of things from the Mario world into the movie world. Not even just visually, but the sound effects, the music, just they're entering a room and you can hear the little da-da-da-da. It gives me that tingle. And that's also where I want to defend that a little bit, because that's where people will right away want to complain, nitpick, and go, well, you only like it because nostalgia then. It's just jingly keys, Chris. We have to separate what is an Easter egg, a reference, and that is just baiting you, to what is just actually using what that video game and world is known for, and not just calling it an Easter egg reference or nostalgia bait because it was included. Like, to me, having Sonic use the gold rings in his movies, to me, that's not like, oh, it's an Easter egg reference. That's just a mechanic from his world that they threw into the movie. Seeing Mario take a mushroom, hit a mystery block, see Toads go through a green pipe, that isn't an Easter egg, a reference. Oh, you catch that? That's literally just the world of Mario, and they're doing what's in the world. Like, wouldn't you be pissed as a Mario fan if you got a Mario movie and he never hit a mystery block, he never got a growing mushroom? You know, I'm saying all this and I think like 50% of that didn't happen in that live action Mario movie. Okay. We already have the proof in the history, right? But all I'm saying is the way Illumination incorporates all the iconography, whether it's the small little Goombas, the Koopas, or the little penguins, things like that, and have brought it to life in a living, breathing world, like, I just think that's really cool and fun to see. And, you know, one of the benefits of this being a sequel is we don't have to spend so much time explaining or building up that world. We can now just enjoy it. And so the first half of this movie is you just being able to enjoy that. There was a lot of complaints with the first movie that, oh, we hate that Mario and Luigi got separated. plenty of Mario and Luigi brother action, being the heroes of the Mushroom Kingdom, going on missions. I mean, one of the first things they do is go to find Yoshi on their dirt bike, and there's even a montage later on in the movie where they're just doing nothing but saving people in the Mushroom Kingdom. And again, I just like the way they've built up that world and how it organically makes sense within it. Jumping off that point, Yoshi in here, voiced by Donald Glover. Now I've seen the interviews, and it looks like Nintendo never intended for there to even be a celebrity voice attached to Yoshi, but Donald Glover himself called Nintendo and made it happen. And you know what? I don't blame him, because if I had that power, I would do that too. And it's one of those instances where you really can't even tell it's Donald Glover, whether he is or isn't making the sound effects. Okay. At the end, Yoshi is nothing but sound effects. Putting the voice aside, Yoshi's just a fun addition. He's a nice little compliment to the movie, and I even enjoyed the little beef he had with Toad throughout it. This is also where I want to jump on defending the Mario movies for another thing. Benny Safdie, who is voicing Bowser Jr. I remember when the voice casts were first announced for the Mario movie and how much we laughed and pointed and went, Chris Pratt Mario? But I'm now like sitting back with this voice cast, and while there's definitely a few celebrity faces that do nothing but just use their lovely voice, at the end of the day, man, I think they've nailed down these voice casts, and they really have done awesome work. I mean, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, his voice is unrecognizable and really brings to life Toad. Same with Benny Safdie as Bowser Jr., but what he does with it really brings to life this character of Bowser Jr., a little kid who just wants to impress his father, free him, and show this world that he's built to just hopefully get his approval from his dad. When Mario 3 gets announced, and whatever that movie ends up being, if they say Adam Sandler's gonna voice King Boo, I'm not gonna laugh or scoff. I'm gonna be like, genius. Why didn't I think of it? Of course. Yes, Illumination. Do what you need to. But getting back to that point about Bowser Jr. just wanting to impress his dad Bowser, that is kind of the small theme of Mario Galaxy as an underlying tone of parenthood. I was not only excited to see Rosalina be part of this movie, but that Brie Larson got to voice it, knowing how big of a Nintendo fan she is. Knowing her backstory in the video games, that she's the mother of Lumas, they really crank up that mother aspect. And so she's this very protective, badass mother of the Lumas. And then you counter that with the way Bowser was just a crappy dad to Bowser Jr. It's cute because, you know, as much as a grown man like me with all this Mario stuff is excited for this film, these movies do lean a little younger. But I think adding subplots like that, I think, make it fun for the parents who go out to take their kids to see it. And one of the last big positives I want to give to the Mario Galaxy movie before I move on to the mixed to negative stuff is the action scenes, the fight choreography within them, man. There's so many great ones. I mean, you open up with one of Rosalina protecting her Luma stars. Then you have another one where it's Mario Luigi versus Wonder Bowser Jr. You've seen that one in the trailers, and the full fight sequence just awesome, man. It is so rapid, quick, but you never get lost or muddled in it. Even going back to now the established Mario world, them pulling out power-ups and using them within battle just feels natural because it's the world they've built in. But I really loved every action scene. Peach gets one also on this casino world, and that was a cool fight scene. People will probably go the most craziest for the big third act, which they have hid from all the trailers, and for good reasons, because yeah, there are surprises in this movie. There are a couple of things that they actually did decide to hide and not spoil a week before the movie comes out. I'm talking to you, Fox McCloud. Yeah, Glenn, pal, we get it. You're a fox because you're hot. My wife said it, not me. Okay, I said it too. So there is that to look forward to. There are going to be things in there if you're a big Nintendo head. So hopefully that'll put some fans at ease that thought that like all the surprises were ruined. And in fact, I think this is also going to be one of the situations where once it comes out on digital and people can like pause, rewind, and zoom in, there are going to be a lot of Easter eggs and things hidden in the background because there's just so much going on at all times. And heck, I guess that's where we get into the mixed and negative stuff. So much going on at all times. That was the biggest complaint with the first Mario movie that honestly I didn't feel. I thought it was well paced and exactly the rhythm it needed to be, and I found it even impressive how it set up the Mushroom Kingdom, introduces to Mario, Peach, Bowser, this world, Donkey Kong, all in the hour 30-minute runtime. This time around with the second movie, They pack so much more, and you're not just trying to get the Galaxy story of bringing in Rosalina, Bowser Jr. You also got to include Yoshi, how he came into the picture. Star Fox, believe it or not, actually isn't just a cameo in the movie. He's actually a pretty big supporting character in the film that you don't meet at the end. You meet Star Fox like halfway into the movie, and then he's just part of the ride. But even he has to get a backstory and explanation to how he's here, and within that, there's different planets and characters and things that you're meeting. The movie is just a lot. And that's where I will agree, unfortunately, this one does have a pacing issue. Not just that, but even the plot sometimes feels unfocused. Although there's a lot going on and the story is moving to something, for the first half of the movie, it feels unfocused. It makes you go, okay, where are we headed with this? What's going on? What's the mission? And it overall just gives the Mario Galaxy movie a more chaotic feel than the first movie. If you are also a Mario Galaxy fan like me, well, tame your expectations, because sometimes it feels like it's only Galaxy in name, which honestly was to be expected, and they gave me enough Galaxy stuff in here for me not to be too mad. But Rosalina's backstory, maybe again, tame expectations there. There is still a heartfelt angle and something they do for the movie, but if you were hoping for something more lore accurate to like the Mario Galaxy games and Rosalina's backstory there, well, yeah. On the inclusion of Star Fox. Now, Star Fox isn't necessarily something bad. I mean, he was awesome in the movie. He's going to be a very fun character, and a lot of little kids this weekend are going to be introduced to him, and he's going to become a fan favorite for a lot of little kids, and hopefully Nintendo does put out like a Star Fox game for them sometime. But the way he is included into the movie, along with other Mario things, it does feel a little forced, and you can sense them trying to put on this cinematic universe that doesn't feel as organic as you'd want it to be. Like, I was just surprised how Fox McCloud actually was a supporting character for a good chunk of the movie, but to some general audiences, they will see it as just another random chaotic thing that happens, because this movie also just leans so much further into like specific Mario power-ups and situations, to where who admittedly hasn't, kept up with the latest Mario games in a bit. I think the last one I truly played was Odyssey. There were a couple of like power-ups and things that would happen, stars and abilities that would go on that I'm just like, when was this a thing? When did that go on? And it's kind of like the things the Five Nights at Freddy's movies would do, where it was just kind of like, hey, you're either a fan and or you're just gonna stay behind. And again, it's not bad to want to service the fans and give those who are supporting your movie what they would like, but I think you have to also balance that with a stronger story, a stronger hook emotionally, and I just feel like some of those elements were a little lacking in Galaxy. And a lot of that is due to this, like, the random chaotic nature. Like, Bowser's character in himself. Jack Black is fun as Mini Bowser, but there's like a middle portion of like Bowser where he's like flip-flopping his personality, and it just, again, it makes the movie feel random and unfocused. Still though, with all those flaws, it hasn't turned me off to Illuminations Super Mario World. I am still fully on board. I like the direction for the post-credit scenes. I think it still leaves the imagination open for wherever they could go. I'm more just now excited for the title and whatever direction they want to do to top all this. All I'm saying is I'm just noticing the cracks in the armor a little bit. So with the Mario Galaxy movie, I'm gonna give action 4 stars. Like, I really did the action sequences, the way they were animated, the choreography within them, the camera movements, how fluid and rapid those are. Like, that is some of the coolest parts of this movie. They really upped it up with those. Comedy in the movie, I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I actually don't know if this one is as funny as the first one. I feel like it was kind of just light on the humor. Not to say that the jokes weren't landing, but it was just slightly sprinkled throughout. It wasn't as big as I wanted. It was just a lot of innocent humor. Drama in the movie, I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. I think that's one of the weaker points of the Mario Galaxy movie. While there is a lot going on and you get so much packed into this one movie, at the center core of this story, it doesn't pack as much emotional weight as I would like, because the movie is more focused on putting Mario in video game-like situations and only slightly touching upon character moments. That, and oh man, I also hate how much Rosalina disappears for a lot of this movie. Like, she almost kind of feels barely in it. Suspense the movie, I'm gonna give it 2 stars. I think with the Mario movies, you kind of get a sense of where they're headed, and you're more just enjoying the ride. You're not really on the edge of your seat going, whoa, is Bowser really gonna kill Mario? When looking at the 3 C's, while I would say casual would still enjoy this, Mario Galaxy is definitely leaning a lot more to where you're really really do need to know more about Mario games and the Nintendo world to appreciate this movie a lot more, to where everything going on just doesn't feel random and chaotic. So that's where I lean more towards a cinephile who's maybe more of a fan of that stuff, and if not, can appreciate the action sequences and the visuals going on, while a critic is gonna really tear this movie apart as much as they did the first movie. Flaws and all, though, the Mario Galaxy movie still gave me a really good time. I can't wait to actually see it again and whatever else they do next in this world. So for me, the Super Mario Galaxy movie is worth watching in theaters. Again, that's just my opinion on the movie, guys. I'd love to know from you what you thought about the movie, favorite moments, least favorite moments, and please stick around for that spoiler video, because we got to talk about all the craziness that happened. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films, or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.